My female 29 best friend, female 29, tried to sabotage my marriage, and I don't know why. So I met my best friend Sarah and husband, 31, when I was 11. I just moved to a new country with my family, and my now sister-in-law introduced me to Sarah, 29. Now that we're adults, we share some friends, but we each have different groups to do different things. So I'm usually working in the office from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and I have a 30-minute break that I usually take to have my second breakfast, and sometimes I go to my husband's office. It's a 5-minute walk, or a cafe near my job. Sometimes I have to work out of my office or go to another city. Every now and then I mention to Sarah if I have to travel for work during the week in casual conversations. Last week I had to travel for work on Wednesday, but Tuesday night there was a red alert about the weather the next day, so my work thing was canceled and I stayed home with my 2-year-old. My husband went out at 6 a.m. to make sure his business was closed and put up some flood protection, and by 7:30 a.m. he was back at home making breakfast. It didn't start raining until 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., Sarah sent a message asking if I was at home already because it was flooding where I was traveling, and I just texted back, "Home safe." We literally didn't go out until Friday. Saturday, Sarah and I go to the same gym class. She told me we needed to talk in private, so we went to my car, and she told me, basically, quote, "On Wednesday, I saw your husband with a woman, and they were making out, and your kid was in the car." I was frozen a bit, but then I remembered that I was working from home with my husband and my baby for 2 days. I realized she was lying, but I didn't understand anything. I asked 3 times if she was sure it was this week's Wednesday, and she confirmed it 3 times. I asked her about the time, and she said about 11 a.m. I asked if it was during the red alert, and she said yes. I asked her if she was 100% sure, and she launched into a whole description of my husband making out with a gorgeous blonde Barbie lookalike blonde girl in his car in front of our kid near his office during the red alert. So he was putting my son at risk and cheating in front of him. I told her my work thing was suspended because of the red alert, and we were both home the whole time it was activated. She tried to say she got confused with the days, but she confirmed it 3 times. I told her to leave, and she left running. I went home and did the whole betrayed spouse house search. There was no hidden phone. I have all the passwords to every device in this house. Not lack of trust. It's because I manage a part of his business and he's bad with passwords. Even looked after hidden emails, and the only thing he was hiding was his paranormal podcast he listens to sometimes. That night, I told my husband what was going on, and he denied ever cheating and, even worse, disrespecting his own son in that way. I believe him 100%. There wasn't a change in his behavior or routine. He gave up his phone right away, and I told him I already checked everything in our house, and he told me to check his car then. We decided to call Sarah together. She picked up on the 3rd call, and she was crying. I told her to just tell me why she lied. She swore she wasn't lying, but she told me she got confused with Monday. I told her Monday our son was in daycare, and we had breakfast during my break. So at what time did my husband go to take our son out of daycare, go pick up this girl to make out in front of her, in front of our baby, and then back to daycare for me to pick him up, and then also have breakfast with me? She cried more and told me she didn't know, so my husband told her to cut the shit and just tell us why she was lying. She said she was sorry and hung up, and then had the audacity to block us. I told the friends we had in common with her, and everyone is mad and can't explain what happened to her. She's not picking up the phone, but sent a message back saying she was sick. Some of them asked her why she was lying, and she blocked them too. Someone even called her mom, and she is just as shocked. Nobody understands what's going on. I thought maybe it was a crush, but my husband never liked her that much, so he didn't pay attention to her. She isn't even added to his socials because she never liked her when Sarah was his sister's friend, or when she then became my friend too. They don't interact unless it is necessary. So to say she got a crush so big, she thought it was worth it to try to break up a family? I do know she sometimes gossips a little too much, or sometimes she talks about things that she shouldn't, but I never thought it would develop into something this big. I had this girl at my side for really hard moments. I had her back when she needed me. She was one of the first people I told about my wedding and pregnancy. I loved this girl since we were little. I just don't understand, and she is not talking to anyone.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy.
She's got to hate her.
This is like a huge fear of mine.
Well, we have an update.
Okay.
So I got the truth finally, and it was far more stupid than I thought. So Sarah's mom told me to come to her house for a conversation with Sarah and to bring a friend as a buffer. I went for closure. She apologized a lot, but I literally had to interrogate her to give me reasons, and I finally got them. She lied because she was mad that I missed our girls' trip, a 5-girls group, for the second time. Once because I had a 2-month-old baby, and this year because I had to work during August and it was the only month everyone else was free.
Okay, so
What?
Both reasons had nothing to do with your husband. What? Here, I need to pause you because what logically makes you think that attacking her relationship with her husband is going to free her up?
She's still got a baby.
One obligation was for the kid and the other was for work, neither of which had anything to do with her husband.
If anything, the husband would help her make girls' trips. Sorry. Sorry, I just feel like we're two brains.
No. I'm not.
We're one brain.
No, I'm not upset. I'm saying yes, like that helps your cause because he could watch the kid
You're so
while
smart.
you're on the trip.
Yeah, you're smart.
He could help. I don't know how you can help in the work situation, but
you're smart.
None of it relates to the husband. So you're dumb.
I traded my vacations for December/extra days they owed me, so I will be out of the country from December to January 10th and miss her birthday in December and other winter activities in January. Her reasoning was that if I thought my husband cheated, she was sure I would leave, but he wouldn't let me take my son abroad for too long without him, so I would be forced to stay, but would be able to travel during my husband's custody time.
This is psychotic.
She was just being mean and selfish because of a trip that I missed and a birthday. She thought it would be okay to break my son's family so she can have all of her friends for attention. I told her to never contact me again and to avoid me everywhere.
Yep.
My friends are aware to not invite me to things if she is going to be there, but everyone is mad at her, so she is the one not being invited.
Good.
This is painful as hell. I would have been able to forgive and work on things if she was having a mental health issue or drug problems.
Yeah.
I actually sent her mother recommendations for mental health professionals during the week. Almost 20 years of friendship down the drain. I treat my closest friends like family because, apart from my husband's family, I only have my sister in this country. I make time for them, pay attention, and help them when I can. I thought she wanted the best for me as much as I wanted the best for her.
Yeah.
But lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah, it really sucks to lose longtime friends. But when you do, generally there's a reason. And again, it goes back to what I said earlier, whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever dynamic of relationship it is. Sometimes, yeah, you outgrow it, but sometimes there's a reason they end.
Yeah.
And it's for the better.
This one is coming from r/advice.
Okay, your new favorite subreddit.
I think it's cheating. My husband doesn't.
It probably is. Probably is.
At the end of summer, me and my fiance of 6 years moved out of my home country to another country. After a few weeks, I had some family problems and I had to come home, so I left him there alone for 2 months. 2 weeks ago, I joined him in our new house and all was well. 2 nights ago, he fell asleep early, so I decided to put his phone on charge for him when a message popped up from a woman on TikTok. We are both in our late 20s and don't even really use TikTok, so I was confused and I looked further. It was clear while I was away that he was trying to text various women online and none were really responding. I woke him up and asked him who are these people. He gaslit me and tried to downplay the entire thing, that he was just bored while I was away and had nobody to talk to. I was hurt because I know if the roles were reversed, he would be very mad at me for seeking out conversation with random men online, which I don't. Anyway, I let it go. He told me he was just bored and that was it. Okay, but I couldn't help that nagging feeling inside me that it was more. So last night I waited for him to fall asleep and I checked his phone once more. I know, unhealthy, but I had a bad feeling. But there was nothing. Every app search was cleared. Every old message that was there the night before cleared. I thought, So I went to his email and I typed in some different things and there it was. Subscriptions paid to 2 different dating apps that are now deleted on his phone. I woke him up and confronted him, and he said again that he was just bored and looking for someone to talk to. After further discussion, he admitted that he was just really horny while I was away and wanted sex, but nothing more, and he always loved me and it really meant nothing. He said nothing came from the apps and he never met anyone, so really there was no cheating involved. For full disclosure, while I was living in my home country, I was living with his mom. After 6 years together, I am very close with her, so this relationship with him was very clearly serious. He wants me to forget it now and move on because, quote, nothing really happened. But the intent to cheat on me while I was gone really hurts me, and the continuous lying really gets me. So, is this technically cheating or not?
Yes, 100%. Even if it was just for the purpose of sexting, if that's as far as he wanted to go, that in my eyes is still cheating.
Right? I agree.
This relationship is done, unfortunately, or fortunately for you.
6 years.
6 years down the drain, buddy fucked it all up for.
He probably did cheat, though. Who's to say he didn't? You can't trust him. Who's to say he didn't meet up with any of them?
No, but even if he didn't, like, it's still done. You literally can't trust him.
Yeah, there's no trust.
2 months she was with your mom.
The fact that he doesn't respect you enough. Like, come on.
Trash.
You have a hand, bro.
No, literally.
Use it.
That's what I was gonna say.
But like, it's 2024. Get yourself a flashlight if you need one.
Please.
Pinkjerry.com. It's available for everybody. Maybe they're not worldwide.
The internet is free.
Well, we don't know what country they're in.
Well, still. There's other alternatives. Like, 2 months is not that long.
I heard if you sit on your hand long enough, it feels like it's someone else.
I'm sorry. No. No, it's getting weird. Let's stop.
Okay.
Stop comment?
Oh, yes. Stop comment. His actions, like using dating apps while you're away, show a lack of respect for your relationship.
Yes.
Yep.
My fiance wants a pass before our wedding, which is just a few weeks away. Relationship over? ? My 28 male, fiance, 29 female, have been together for 4 years now, and it seems like everything was great and mutual. Yesterday at dinner, my soon-to-be wife brought up the idea of both of us having a free sleep with whoever pass before the wedding. This stupid idea of hers completely blindsided me. I could tell that she had been thinking about it for some time and just wanted for the perfect moment to bring it up. She said it would be healthy for our relationship and our marriage would be off to a better start because of it. She also claimed it would help get everything out of our systems. In the 4 years we've been together, I've never thought about being with someone else, but it just sucks to know that she doesn't feel the same way. Once she realized I wasn't as excited about her idea as she was, she began to retract her statements. I really didn't talk to her after that and just went to bed. Since this morning, she's been apologizing over text. I'm not sure what to feel about this whole mess. On one hand, I really do love her, but I also feel a sense of betrayal from her. I'm not sure if she has a guy in mind or just wants a one-night stand. We're getting married in December, just a few weeks away. A breakup seems like something that would not be fun to deal with. Outside of the emotional pain, we've been living together for 2 years. We have a whole wedding planned with people coming for us. I'd like to try and work this out, and maybe I'm just overreacting. My friends think I need to cut my losses and move on. I'd like the opinions from people outside my circle of friends. If I call it off, I have to do it before visiting her family for Thanksgiving. Thanks.
This is why you should wait until 6 years to propose.
Why?
You need to build a healthy, solid relationship. They proposed too soon. Really,
4 years?
should have waited till 6. We did 6, and look at how strong we are.
That doesn't mean other people... Are you making a joke? I guess you're making a joke.